Well, in this week's restaurant report card, a huge roach problem for one restaurant.
Plus, inspectors find one place that wasn't storing food the way that
Your tomato sauce tastes flat because you paid for water, not tomatoes. Today I'll show you 6 pantry staples that dilute your dinner and 5 that fix it fast. We'll open 11 cans, strain them, and reveal which ones are mostly mush and sodium, and which pack real tomato flesh that cooks down in minutes. Stay to see the carton that skips BPA, the organic pick with clean flavor, and the premium crush that barely needs seasoning. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Number 1. Hunt's Diced Tomatoes. You expect diced tomatoes to soften into a silky base, but with Hunt's Diced, those cubes sit tight like ice that won't melt. Here's the truth. Many diced cans use calcium chloride to hold shape. That firm bite resists heat, so you stand there longer, simmering, adding oil and a pinch of sugar just to blunt the edge. Run a quick strain test and you'll see lots of juice, not much flesh. Add in citric acid, and the flavor leans sharp and a little tinny. On a weeknight clock, that delay wrecks the plan. Industry notes show diced formats often include firmers, and labels trend towards sodium in the 100 to 300 milligram range per serving. That swing steals your control. Cleaner labels, just tomatoes and salt, break down faster and taste fuller because you're cooking tomato, not stabilizers. Bottom line, for fast pasta, skip any diced that lists calcium chloride. Grab crushed or buy whole and crush by hand. You'll get thicker body in minutes and cleaner flavor with less fuss. You paid for tomato meat, not liquid that drags your dinner. Now let's talk about a budget can that floods your pot. Number 2. Great value whole tomatoes. You think whole means hearty, but with great value whole tomatoes, most of what you paid for rushes down the drain. Here's the truth. A high load of packing liquid thins your sauce. You burn time and gas to boil off water, and the flavor stalls while you wait. Strain and weigh tests show a low pulp yield, so your pot starts weak and stays that way until you reduce hard. Additives are the tell. Calcium chloride keeps the pieces firm so the outside collapses while the core stays chewy. Citric acid props up acidity when the juice runs watery and the taste leans sharp. The label lists about 180 milligrams of sodium per half cup, which cuts your ability to season to your target, especially for seniors watching salt. Fix it fast. If this is what you have, strain first and keep only the thick pulp. Better yet, pick whole tomatoes with a short list and dense puree. Your pan thickens twice as fast and your sauce lands clean. Not all legacy brands escape this trap. The texture tells another story. Number 3. Del Monte Peeled Tomatoes. Peeled whole tomatoes promise structure. But with Del Monte peeled tomatoes, the pan test tells you fast if the bite holds or falls apart. Here's the truth. When they're packed in thin juice with firmers like calcium chloride and citric acid, the outside slumps into skinless mush while the core stays rubbery. You stir and it won't blend clean. It's like trying to make sauce from 2 different fruits in one can. Side by side with a premium whole, you'll often see more free liquid and less dense puree here. That forces a longer simmer to tighten body. You end up adding more salt just to wake the flavor, which matters for seniors who need steady sodium. Reviewers call out a lean, metallic edge in mid-tier cans when processing is heavy. Simple ingredients cook down faster and feel better on the tongue because there's less additive noise and more tomato. Bottom line, if you want whole tomatoes, buy labels with tomatoes and salt only, packed in thick puree or passata. Reduction drops, flavor rounds out. And when you think crushed means quick, the next can throws a curve. Number 4. Contadina crushed tomatoes. You grab Contadina crushed tomatoes for speed. Spoon, simmer, done. But that thick look can hide thin taste. Here's the truth. This label lists Roma tomato puree, crushed unpeeled Roma tomatoes, calcium chloride, citric acid, and sea salt. Firmers and acidifiers keep shape and color, but they can mute aroma and sharpen the edge. Run a 10-minute skillet test and the sauce stays pasty yet hollow. You chase depth with garlic, butter, and a longer cook, which kills the whole point of crushed. Do a quick taste off the spoon. The raw note lingers until you add sugar or reduce hard. That's process talking, not ripeness. Independent rankings often push cleaner crushed higher because a better tomato to liquid ratio and fewer additives deliver fuller flavor fast. When the can leans on stabilizers, you pay with time, salt, and extra steps. Bottom line, read the label. If it's a long list, skip it. Go for tomatoes and salt, maybe basil. A clean crushed gives real body and balanced sweetness in minutes. Store brand blends aren't immune. Next, a mixed bag label game. Number 5, Kroger canned tomatoes. One aisle, many Kroger cans, diced, crushed, petite, no salt. The swing in quality hits your skillet hard. Here's the truth. Texture and salt bounce around. One can reduce as fast, the next drowns your onions. That means you can't lock timing or flavor. For seniors who need steady sodium and quick meals, that chaos is more than annoying. It changes blood pressure targets and dinner plans in one pour. Now the label problem. The Italian-style diced runs astonishingly sodium-laden at 250 milligrams per half cup. Add calcium chloride, citric acid, dried garlic, spices, and natural flavors, and the tomato note gets buried. High salt forces you to hold back seasoning, while firmers keep cubes intact so they don't melt into sauce. It's like cooking with brakes on. Heat goes in, but body and aroma stall. Want control back? Grab no salt added, then add your own salt. Or buy whole and crush by hand to fix texture and speed reduction. You'll cut guesswork and stovetop time. Another budget label pushes this even further. More water, less tomato. Number 6, Signature Select tomatoes. The price looks friendly, the pour says thin. Here's the truth. Signature Select tomatoes often pack lots of free liquid, plus additives like calcium chloride and citric acid. That combo locks shape and bumps acidity, so you stand at the stove burning gas to evaporate water you didn't want. You're concentrating flavor that never came in the can. Do a quick strain test. You'll likely see low pulp yield. Juice fills the bowl while solids lag behind. The pot starts weak, so you reach for tomato paste to build body. That's another buy to patch a thin can. Taste tests flag these as more acidic and bland than higher-ranked picks. Fine for a stew where water fits, not for pasta night. Rankings call them serviceable when tomatoes play backup. For pizza or sauce, they drag the dish down with sharp, flat notes that need sugar, butter, and time to soften. Use them only in soups or chili. For sauce, step up to a cleaner label. Your time and gas are worth more than 50 cents saved. Enough drains. Let's move to safe picks that pay you back. Number 1, Moor Glen Organic. You want organic and bright flavor without babysitting a pot. Here's the truth. Organic doesn't guarantee good texture, but Muir Glen often delivers ripe, balanced acidity with a real tomato smell. The ingredient list stays short, so there's less additive bite and more clean fruit. In a quick 12-minute skillet test, it comes together fast with garlic and oil, forming body without a long boil. That saves you gas, time, and the extra sugar you use to tame harsh edges. Review notes describe it as sun-kissed and vine-ripened, with a balanced taste that isn't overly acidic or salty. That matters for seniors and anyone who needs control over sodium. When the base is steady, you season to taste instead of fighting the can. The brand also uses BPA-free cans, which eases worry about the can itself and keeps the focus on flavor. Bottom line, use Muir Glen when tomatoes lead the dish. Pasta, pizza sauce, shakshuka. You get honest tomato, quick melding with aromatics, and less stove time, with organic peace of mind. Want BPA-free packaging and steady flavor? There's a carton for that. Number 2, Pommy BPA-free tomato carton. Worried about the can itself? This aseptic carton skips that fight. Here's the truth. Some cartons taste flat, but Pommy's passata and chopped lines land steady. You get clean tomato, minimal additives, and a texture that holds up in heat. The ingredient list stays short, tomatoes and salt, so you don't battle firmers or extra acid. That means less time-fixing flavor and more time eating. BPA concerns have cooled, but BPA-free still matters for many, especially for seniors who want fewer unknowns from the can itself. Cartons also cut metallic notes you can taste in some cans. Pour straight from the box and you get consistent body that doesn't need a long reduction to feel like sauce. It's like switching from a noisy radio to a clear signal. Nutrition experts point to an industry shift away from BPA while noting people want non-can options. Transparency wins trust, and this package meets that ask without drama. Use Pommy when you want predictable texture for sauces and soups. It's plug and play and liner drama-free. Now for a craft option that tastes like a weekend simmer in 10 minutes. Number 3, Bianco di Napoli. You want a 45-minute sauce in 12. This can get you close. Here's the truth. The price gives you pause, but Bianco di Napoli earns it with dense flesh, natural sweetness, and a short list. Tomatoes, sea salt, basil, tomato juice. That low additive profile means less sugar, no paste, and a shorter simmer. You're paying for tomato, not fixes. Open a can and taste a spoon. It's round and savory without a metallic edge, so your seasoning stays simple. High solids build body fast. In a quick skillet run with onion, garlic, and oil, it thickens on its own and the aroma lands early. Reviewers rank it near the top for clean tomato character and sauce integrity, and fans even enjoy it straight from the can. That's ripeness talking, not tricks. Yes, it costs more, but you save time, skip add-ons, and get a sauce that tastes like you worked longer than you did. Bottom line, pay a bit more when tomatoes lead. You get speed, purity, and a better plate. Speaking of minimal additives, here's the pulpa that barely needs help. Number 4. Moody. 2 ingredients. That's the promise. Tomatoes and salt. Nothing to hide. Here's the truth. You pay a bit more, but Moody pays you back with speed and purity. The pulp is pasteurized near 200 degrees Fahrenheit, then sealed in its own juices. The fine chop gives a thick, even base that tightens in minutes, not half an hour. Less boil, more dinner. Pulpa's tiny pieces mean instant surface area. Heat hits and the sauce grabs body fast. No calcium chloride, no firmer's dulling flavor, so you don't chase balance with extra oil or sugar. It's like swapping a wet log for dry kindling. The flame catches right away and you control the burn. Research points to a minimal ingredient list and a clear seed-to-shelf process that preserves real tomato taste and texture. Experts praise the clean flavor and steady results, which is why it wins quick cook tests and weeknight pans. You get bright, rounded tomato without a metallic echo. Bottom line, if speed matters, Moody Pulpa makes sense. You buy tomato flesh, not water. Want that same integrity with famed origin? One more can check that box. Number 5, San Marzano. San Marzano labels can confuse. You see seals, stamps, and claims. Here's the truth. A trusted can with a short list still belongs in your cart. True DOP costs more, and non-DOP styles exist. What matters to you is clean flavor, gentle acidity, and dense flesh that holds together in heat. You want sauce that keeps structure without a long boil. Cento delivers that. The all-purpose and San Marzano lines stick to simple ingredients: tomatoes, puree, sea salt, basil, and keep texture steady so you need fewer fixes. In the pan, the sweetness reads balanced, not blunt, and the flesh-to-juice ratio lands closer to sauce than soup. That means less sugar, less paste, less babysitting. Reviewers praise balance and versatility across pasta, pizza, and braises. The win isn't the name on the front. It's the clear label and low additive load that let the tomato speak. Use Cento when you want classic results without a marathon simmer. You get structure you can trust and a clean base that takes seasoning well. That's your map. Skip the water, buy the flesh.